When you realize the MC most likely could have ended the fight far, far sooner than he decided to, because this little shit is so obsessed with magic that his new cute little sword that he made can drain your spells to increase his own mana, or it can analyze and observe and learn secrets that he can use in the future. Because at the end of the day, what is the goal for the MC in Reincarnated as a 7th Prince? Is it to build a peaceful life for his friends and family? Is it to do some heroic deeds? No, it's not. It's to learn everything there is about magic. We are dealing with a guy who in his first life was happy to get killed by magic because, oh wow, never saw that before. And now that he's in a body that can keep up with his delusions, the craziest psychopath known to this world so far, the only reason he wasn't dead up until this point is that he wanted to examine things. The fact that Grimm has wanted to run home since basically the Red Wedding of Betrayals happened. He said like 2 lines in this episode, and each time I'm convinced he gets up from passing out. Please, bro, boss, for the love of God, you can't win. And he's like, boss is still fighting. Passes back out, and he comes to and does it again. This kid is a psychopath. He is mentally unstable. And it creates for such an entertaining MC, but I am so glad this ain't my little brother. Full live reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my full and good thought to any of these 7th Prince episodes. It's gonna be over there if you're interested. If they don't confirm a season 2 after next week's episode, I'ma be salty. And not only that, we need this studio and team to make season 2, because this is... Now here's the thing. I've seen a lot of Demon Slayer, so I'm not going to put it on that level. But the way they're handling the 2D mixed with 3D, if they can do another core with this level of blending, I'm going to put it up there with Ufotable. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's that good. The seamlessness of the 2D and 3D, half the time you couldn't even tell it's 3D, and the only way you really can is because there's no way something hand-drawn can spin that fast. Like, that's how good they are with so many different effects. But, like... the fact that the real him, the final words was you can't win or you're going to lose before disappearing. And the fact that Lloyd is now throwing that in his face. When he starts beating him down like he's in a side-scroller fighter game. Like, you think, okay, Lloyd is looking for something. He's experimenting with spells. He's trying to figure out what combination. Okay, fire didn't work. Maybe it's this or that. But it's the fact that as he's using like all his like doppelgangers to like surround, at one point he drops his barrier and is basically flying around. One wrong move and he would be dead. Like, that's not an exaggeration. He got cut a little, but the kid's so psycho that he could have done so many things to most likely end him or have a shot at it. But he needs to get close. He needs to... This spell is so interesting to him. He puts himself in that much danger. And I mean, I guess props, he does get the job done. But anyone remember 5 episodes back, something like that, when he was hiding behind a rock and playing with his new spells as everyone was fighting for their life? And once he finished figuring out what he did, then he started getting... I've seen some people say that they don't like following a character like this because he doesn't seem that great. I love it. The kid is an absolute lunatic. And like, there's no actually, he's actually just insane. And honestly, the only reason he's so pissed off for Jade's death is because Jade represents everything he loves in this world. And that's people who devote themselves to magic and spells and just, you know, we're able to accomplish something that is so extraordinary. So now you have to be put 6 feet under. The scene when he makes that like Kirby looking design into like molten lava as then he smashes into the riverside and like it just all becomes steam was such a fun scene. But I really liked what they did with the whole teleportation and how they explained it. So Why could someone pinpoint drop a letter across the globe? But, you know, in this mist, he's not able to. Why is he able to throw clothes on his back? But, you know, there's these limitations, but it doesn't make sense. But it actually has a really good counter. So if you're in his line of sight, the teleport's going to work. No matter how fast you're going, if there's a line of sight, he can keep up. But here's the thing. If he knows where it is, so the clothes in his closet or the hideout that they're in, he can also teleport like that. But once the vision gets cloudy, it's no longer he's able to do it. And I think that's a good limitation for an ability that could be too broken if not given a few checks, because then you could say, well, why didn't he already defeat Lloyd already if, you know, he can go anywhere? This kind of avoids that. The production, though, was insane, and the music equally is so. The music has two sides. It's like you're listening to deadmau5 or some electronic badass music, or you're listening to heavy riffs that are in the rock metal vein. And both of them work perfectly for the scenes they're in, and just watching so many cool scenes to then escalating into just a physical beatdown. Every time he tried to move, I was convinced Lloyd was trying to make his ribcage dust. Like, he breaks his ribs at first, but then he keeps JoJo aura-ing to the point that there's probably not bones left. I'm not upset by his beatdown, but I am in a little bit of disbelief that this kid probably could have done very similar things sooner. Like, it's just, at this point, what we should expect from this MC is if there's ever a chance to learn something about magic, sorcery that he doesn't already know, friendly fire's on, and just duck, because he's gonna shoot everyone if it means learning a new fireball attack. I don't want to be friends with this kid. I don't want to know this kid. I want nothing to do with this kid. I want him to stay reincarnated in the same world as he's been, because this is the worst type of person to know, but as an MC, pure entertainment. I legitimately think he's mentally unstable. You can't convince me otherwise, but that mentally insane mofo makes for some entertainment gold. It's just wild though, because we're 11 episodes in, we've seen plenty of moments with this kid and how crazy he is, but the fact that the second to last episode of the season, you can still make me say, actually, I gave this kid more credit than he deserved. I thought he had a bit of sanity. Nah, he doesn't. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Let me know what you thought down below, and, how bad do you want a season 2? Because I freaking want one. Let me know down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alrighty, so today we got Krzysztof Stenowski, JMW, Child, Sutni Chagami, EB, Gummy, Kyle Tolbert, and Kalen. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.